I really don't even know why I'm making this video, to be honest. I'm very honestly on the verge of just giving this whole thing up. Um, I'm basically one, maybe two trades away from blowing my account at this point. I mean, like I said before, I've made about 10 trades in the past. You know what? I don't know how many trades I've made, but I do know this. In the past 2 weeks, since I had 34 bucks in my account. That was it. I got some money from my 401k from the last place I left, the last place I worked. Took some of that money out and put it in here, about 250, giving me $284. And now I'm down to $85, which means in the past 2 weeks, week and a half, whatever, I've lost $200, which means every single trade I've taken, basically every single one, has been a loss. And I believe it's been 10 trades, 10 losses over the past week and a half, or just week, just this past last week and this week. 10 trades, 10 losses. 0 out of 10. Amazing. I mean, almost impossible odds, really. And maybe out of those 10 trades, maybe there was one or two that if I held it long enough, I might have made up for some of the losses. Um, but obviously, all of them, all of them ended up ending into a negative. And not big losses, averaging about 20 bucks a loss for trade, each trade, about 20 bucks. I think one of them was a bad trade for like 30, 40 bucks. No, two of them. Two of them were really bad trades of like 44 bucks, but because I took two options. So each time I trade, I'm losing like 20 bucks basically. So I don't know. Part of me saying just continue watching and take mental trades and just keep watching the market. But what's the point? I mean, if I can't improve after almost no, after almost 3 years of trading, then clearly strategy is pointless, practicing is pointless, watching the market is pointless. I'm just wasting my time here. I mean, if I try and compare this to anything else, if I had bought a violin and I'm trying to become a musician and get hired as a musician, as a violinist, and I keep playing and I keep practicing and I just keep screwing up over and over again. And I don't know how to compare playing a violin to this. I keep damaging the violin, breaking strings, um, whatever. And I'm just not improving and I'm spending money maintaining the violin. Then what's the point in even keep trying? I mean, in almost anything else in life, if you practice hard at it and you have a passion for it, you'll get better at it. That's what they tell you in the movies, on commercials, in these motivational speeches, and also the garbage. Yesterday, I went to go train with an acquaintance of mine, an Italian guy. He's older than me, um, but obviously he's fairly successful. He owns a condo on the beach. He's a realtor. Um, and I don't know. We were just talking, and he's like, "Ah, you got to change your mindset, man. Once you change your mindset, you'll see the whole world will change for you. You just got to change your mindset." And I need someone to please explain to me how I, I thought humans, I thought the world that I live in, there's no magic. We're not mutants. We don't fly. We don't manifest. We don't lift objects with our brain. That's the world I live in. Maybe I'm delusional, but I can't manifest good trades. I can't manifest a better life. And he was saying to me, he actually got quiet. He says, what I need to do is I need to just, give you motivation. I'm here thinking, is it motivation that I lack? I wake up every day and I work one job while I'm trying to trade, um, learn how to trade at the same time. I live by myself. I'm struggling financially. I'm hustling to try and get clients. When I do, I go and I train clients when I can, and then I go train myself when I can. Even though I only eat one meal a day, I still go and I push myself hard and train hard. I'm trying to hustle to see if I can get myself a roommate to help financially. I don't think I lack motivation. To me, someone who lacks motivation is someone who's sinking in quicksand. They've got all kinds of problems, but they just can't seem to get themselves motivated to try and solve these problems. They're just laying on the couch watching TV and just uh, I don't know, drowning in their own sorrows or something. That's me, someone who lacks motivation. But maybe for him, motivation and thinking positive are the same thing. I don't know. But again, I refuse to believe. It's not a matter of refusal. It's not a matter of refusal. I'm simply unable to fathom or comprehend how someone's mindset can change their life. I just don't get it. I really don't. I mean, forget mindset, luck, whatever. I have a strategy. I trade based on that strategy, and it fails. What more can you ask? If you're an athlete and you eat healthy, you train your body, you do what your coach tells you, and in every game you mess up. Let's say it's sprinting because that's what I like. I like sprinting. I used to run track. Let's say you eat healthy, you train properly, and every time you go out and sprint, you pull a muscle or you trip over your own feet and you lose. Every single time. And someone walks up to you and says, "Well, if you just manifest more positivity in your life and you have a different mindset, your sprints will be better." If you say that to that athlete, how are they going to take it? I mean, if I was an athlete, I'll be annoyed hearing that. I don't want to hear that trash. Don't tell me that all of my efforts and all of the work I've put in is irrelevant because of my mindset. That's just, I don't know. So I'm just, it's just so frustrating to wake up and to know that you're down $1,000 of personal property because of some piece of garbage girl that stole from you, and to know that you're going to make a smoothie and that's basically all you're going to be able to focus to run on for the rest of the day because you can't afford food. And you work out, you come home and you eat a small bowl of food. And you know what I do to make the food last longer? When I make food, like say ground beef and some pasta, I'll buy mushrooms, which are somewhat cheap compared to other foods, canned beans, and I'll buy hummus, and I'll mix the hummus in with the ground beef just to give it some more protein, more volume. And then after I eat that little meal with the spinach and berry banana smoothie, I get to hear this piece of garbage woman upstairs dragging furniture around at 10:30 at night, and I can't do anything about it. I have to just deal with her. I want to go up there and basically put my fist in her face until she stops moving. I'm sorry, but this is the point where I'm at. You can only push someone so far before they start having some violent thoughts, and that's where I am right now. Because every single thing is failing for me. Get a roommate, she steals from me. I move into this building, it's construction for almost 2 years. The construction ends, they promise I'm gonna have these soundproof windows. BS. I can hear someone speaking down on the street, so the windows are just as garbage as before. I used to have blinds, I no longer have blinds. I have foil paper. The landlord won't pay to put to put the blinds back up. He wants me to come out of pocket to pay for it. The rent has gone up 85% since I moved in here. I can't, no, not barely, I can't afford it. I can't afford to live here. The the garbage neighbor upstairs constantly makes noise all day long. Nothing I can do about it. I go downstairs to my car. It's filthy. It's a mess because I can't afford to wash it. There's dents and scratches all on my car, not because I can't drive, but because other people hit my car. It's just one thing after another after another. And then I have someone, then to have people tell you it's your mindset when they deal with not even a fraction, like this guy I was training with yesterday. I just said jokingly, because he has a roommate. He was criticizing me. Oh, why would you have a girl come live with you? That's crazy. You should vet these people better. You should be a better judge of character. You should have known this girl gave you red flags, and now you can't do that. You can't have some girl come move in with you. Literally, he literally told me a week ago and again yesterday that he has a young girl from Spain living with him. He's 58 years old. He has a young girl from Spain, like in her 20s, living with him. And he got like a couch bed where she stays in the bed, but I'm pretty sure sometimes she stays in the bed with him, I guess. He showed me a picture of her. So so later on, so I said jokingly, well, it's okay for you to do it because, you're Italian and God loves his Italians. Something like that, I said, just jokingly. And he took it offensively and he goes, uh, no, I don't have luck. I don't have luck. What are you talking about? I just went to Italy and I buried my mother. I had to bury my mother and I felt bad. I said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, but I said it jokingly." But even though I did say it jokingly, the thing is, when you're 58 years old, burying your parents is inevitable. It sucks, but it happens. This is not like a tragedy, if you know what I mean. How do I put this? It's always sad to lose a loved one, but like what I'm trying to say is she it's chances are she didn't go before her time, is what I'm trying to say. A tragedy, an old person dying of old age is different from a child dying of a car accident or some tragic accident. There's a difference there. Now, I'm not saying anything about my life being comparable to a child being. No. What I'm saying is all of the things that happens to me aren't sort of things you would expect to happen over time. Like my car breaking down because it's old. If I'm driving a 25-year-old car and it breaks down, it sucks, but it's inevitable. But if I'm driving a car and somebody hits the side of my car and then drives off, that's an accident. That's not something you expect to happen. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make is that these things happen and you know, dude, I don't know. I'm tired of ranting. Oh, goody. Pest control. Um, I don't know. You know what? Let me just try and focus on this. Okay. I know yesterday at some point I had a plan of taking this short if this had gone up to um if this had gone up to 425. I wanted to reject it here. Instead, that's not what happened. It went all the way up to 4047. Interestingly though, if I remember learning supply and demand strategy from Carmine Rosita, and if you ignore this long wick, this would be a supply based on his strategy. And interestingly, this went right up to that point and then rejected. Um, and yeah, this would have been a good put yesterday. So I missed out on that opportunity. Um, let's start off with the VIX. This I guess is just an overselling, and then we recovered and reset back to where this 1 hour is. Overnight, we rejected here, came back down here, and I guess the market's just gonna open with it over here. I don't know. What's odd is that even though the VIX is opening lower here at this point, um, well, oh, we're at a daily. I just realized, no, we're not a daily. Let me go to let me go to the ES again. It looks like we've been rising since this price level here, 3980, and we're also confluent with this trend. But I guess we got to get past this. 4,000 is a strong resistance, and one could argue this is a bear flag, um, just prepping for this to drop even more. On SPY, what do we have? Again, the confluence to this trend, but I have it different here on SPY, of course. So I guess 395.5 is confluent to 4,000. Is it though? Yeah, it is. It looks like it's confluent. So this is going to be major resistance. As far as me taking this long, I'm just going to switch back to MK strategy because let's be honest, if I just if I just held and waited for a 15-minute supply to be formed, here we go. 15-minute supply, and this is after 2 o'clock. If I said, you know what, after 12 o'clock, I'm going to take whichever demand or supply forms, I'm going to take it that direction. Well, here we go. Here's a supply that formed. And here's a something, somewhat of a retest of that supply. Not very close, but you know. Or if you didn't want to wait for retest and you actually took this short somewhere in here, once you saw it form, then you can sell down here for a scalp. Or if you have extra funds left over, you can go back in again as this formed another supply and take this short. So here, MK strategy would have worked. So I don't know. I'm just gonna. I see nothing formed before the market, so I'm just gonna watch and see. For all I know, this can form a supply, and then just end up falling down more, confirming this is in fact a bull flag overnight. So I don't really have much of a plan beyond that, man. I'm sorry. Uh, I don't even know why I waste my time with these plans. When I take the trade based on the plan, it fails. When I don't take the trade based on the plan, it would have been a good trade. So I don't know. All right, so I had a put plugged in, but then it looked like we're about to form a supply here. This actually went down. This next candle, actually, this candle like it was about to form a supply, but then turned around and it's now rallying. We've recovered 4,000, and it's just pushing forward. And the next spot I believe is 4025. So I have 399 here, uh, which is about where we were yesterday. So is it possible we might just rally back up to where we were? I don't know. I'm trying to tell myself not to take a trade until I see a demand form, but this could be one of those days where that doesn't happen. But the MK strategy says you want to wait till after 10:30 and then take your shot. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. So, um, I don't know. I guess if I had taken this long at the bell at 399, I would have been down. Yeah, because it got down to 20. I know 4008 is the next resistance, or 40010. I don't know. I just moved it slightly. So once it gets past that, then we have 4025, then 40 like 38 to 4040. It's more like a cluster of resistances there. What I would like to see is um, this 15-minute come back down and retest this area here and form a demand, and then the next one continue up. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. No, I know that's not. I know for a fact. I'm gonna manifest that that's not gonna happen. This is gonna continue to push up higher. It may end up going almost to 4025 and then just suddenly drop. It's possible. I don't know. So if this thing's right, NASDAQ is rising fast, it says. So maybe the market's recovering from yesterday. Um, if I take a quick look at the watch list I have in TradingView, everything's in the green except for the DXY and the VIX, of course. Um, Microsoft and Tesla are the biggest risers, it looks like. Apple trailing behind. And Adam Mancini, great follow through to start in ES. 4K was my first target off 3980. Um, yeah, here. So again, if you're trading futures, this would have been a good time to get in. You could have probably gotten a retest just before or at 9 o'clock. And yeah, from 3985, let's say you got in at the above this trend, so you got in at 3985 to 4005. That's a 20-point run on ES. Great follow through to start in ES. 4K was my first target today off 380 support, and we tested 380 support and rallied to 4K, just targeted just now. 4025 is target number 2 and stronger resistance. Now that 3980 held many times, it is risky. If we tested, if it fails, we go to 3955. Man, if you're trading futures and you have Adam Mancini as on your side, and you don't mind losing sleep, you should make money. I mean, then again, who knows? Even if someone gave me 10 grand and said, hey, trade micro futures and follow Adam Mancini, I probably would still end up losing money knowing my luck. Oh, it looks like we're forming. If this doesn't, actually no, I wanted this to pull back, but I want this to form a demand for me, please. So pull back down here to the daily for this 15-minute candle, close right here to form a new demand, and then let's go up next. It looks like that is not going to happen. Well, I should have known. I suppose I could get in long with the expectation that this might make its way up to the 4025 level. Maybe I might make 10 bucks. I probably should have gotten back when it pulled back down here at $25, something like that. On VIX, how are we doing? Yeah, looks like we made a pullback almost to this level. And this is probably confluent to the 425 spot. I'm having an internal battle. Part of me saying go ahead and go long now. Another part saying no, wait till follow the MK strategy and wait till you see a clean demand and wait till after 10:30. My worry though is that when 10:30 comes, we would have hit 4025 and we might just end up chopping and basing under there for the rest of the day. But if that's what's happened, that's what happens. I need to just stick with my plan. This other book I've been reading, especially when I work out or when I'm waiting for my client, because I usually try and arrive early to go train my clients. I forget what it's called, but I showed it in one of my videos. It's a trading psychology book written by a guy who's both a successful trader and a psychologist. And he was saying something about how they did a personality test on a bunch of traders, and the successful ones ranked high on, I think it's called conscientiousness. I'm not sure what that exactly means, but basically the way he explained it is that when they formulate a plan, they just stick with the plan, and they're able to not allow their emotions to affect their trading. They make a plan, they stick to the plan, and that's whatever. The worst traders were the ones who were more had high scored higher on neuroticism, which sounds a lot like me, and they allowed their negative emotions to affect them. They didn't stick with their plans, um, and yeah, so they weren't the best traders as a result of that. So yeah, you know what? I want to see if this would have been a good swing. No, basically the same. Okay. This candle finally closed closed, and just as I said would happen, no retest at all, no demand zone would be formed at all. And even though this kept fluctuating around 20, high 20s, low 30s, and I thought I should get in, I didn't. So that's going to burn me. Um, had I gotten in down here at 20, I'll already be up a whopping 20 bucks. This is going to hit 40 very soon, and by the time we hit 4025, the next target, this is going to be worth probably around 50, maybe $60. Probably, You know what? This may be worth maybe like 70, 60, $70 by the time this gets up there. You know what? Screw this. If this pulls back enough, I'm gonna jump in at 30 something. It won't, of course. Now that I put a buy in, it's gonna come down and it's gonna continue pushing back up. Of course, what's gonna happen is if I put my buy limit higher, what's gonna happen is it's going to fill me and then turn around and come back down. Oh, that's right. We're at 4008 again. We pushed just beyond it and now we fell back below, and 4008 is a minor resistance. So if we can push past 4008, then we can continue to 4025, where I'm just going to sell there. And this 15-minute candle is 3 minutes in, so I got to try and be patient. Actually, I'm going to sell before 4025 just to be cautious, but remember, now that I'm in the call, market wants to turn around now and start to fall. Mm-hmm. 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 That's basically how it goes. That's basically how it goes. And no, I'm not exiting. Let this thing go to $1 if it needs to. I don't care. I, I just, I'm just, I'm just glad that there are videos that I'm making that shows how these things work. I mean, we've got our strong rise, a little bit of pullback pre-market, strong green, not so strong. This was a strong green. 5 minutes into this candle, I go long and we lost 4008. So that's no bueno. I don't know if I'm gonna continue recording to see what happens. I'll just because my yesterday's video was ridiculously long. I'm sorry, that was like 2 hours of painful watching of me just losing money. Um, so let's try and make this a shorter video today of me losing money. Um, and it looks like the bulls are still struggling to try and get above 4008. We're a whopping we're fluctuating between 4008.25 and 4007 and below. So You know, one thing that rarely ever happens with me? It is very rare that I'm in a trade just before a really hard push, whether it's going up or down, where people are like, "Whoa, look at it! It's rising," or "Whoa, look at it! It's freaking falling! It's dropping hard." I I I can only recall in the 2+ years I've been trading, maybe maybe 3 or 4 times that's happened, and I was just so amazed, and I almost felt my heart pounding, thinking, "Oh my God, I should just sell. I should hit market sell right now and hope I can get a good trade." Oh, hold on. I just saw something. I wish I had noticed this before. Look, we've got to get past this 4 hour on VIX. I thought that by the time we get here, we would get to 4025, but instead, and this is my worry, VIX is turning around. Yeah, I may have to sell and take a small loss. Although what frustrates me about the VIX is its timing is different from these candles start at different times. So this one started at 10, or I thought they did. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so this started at 10 o'clock. So I need this to come back down. I'm just going to zoom in a bit on the VIX on this chart. Thing is, after FOMC, I kind of hate trading because the day after FOMC can be just as unpredictable. Also, after a strong move, and this is basically a 10-point drop, one would expect the following day for there to be chop. Yeah, I'm watching the VIX and it's rising. Well, we all know what the market's waiting for. The market's waiting for me to exit this trade for it to continue going up. And if I don't do that, if I don't comply with the market's demands of me getting out of this trade so I don't make money, then it's going to turn around and fall and punish me by making me lose money. Nope, I'm watching the VIX. It's going up again. Screw it. You know what? No, no. We're 10 minutes into this. Let me wait till this let me wait till this 50-minute candle closes. I'm still a bit perplexed that the market is rising while VIX is also going up. It's a bit perplexing, but maybe the VIX might finally turn around and start to go back down. We're at 4013 on ES. Of course, now we got to get past this SMA. That's the only resistance I see for now. I'm gonna follow my rule. You know what? Here we go. We're almost at 4025. We're at 4015. Where am I in? 32. I'm sorry, but I'm putting my stop loss at 42 for now in case this suddenly turns back around against me, since it's one of those very rare moments where I'm in profits. And now I'm going to put it at 53 if we can squeeze up there to make 20 bucks. Trying to be patient and see if we can get there. VIX is finally dropping down a little bit. Yeah, that was my worry. All right, so I guess it'll be $10 today. I know you're probably thinking I shouldn't have sold there and I should have been patient and waited for this to get to the target of 4025, but there's been times where I've gotten into a trade, I'm positive, 10, $20, and then it just turns around and goes against me. And I just don't like the idea of going from in profits by a decent amount to being negative. That's happened to me. Out of those 10 trades I made that were losses, I think at least three or four of them, I would say almost certainly four of them were trades that I was in profit by a minimum of like 15, $20, and I didn't sell there and it turned around against me. So no, I'll just take this minor, meager $10 win. And I still have some funds in the account to trade another trade if possible, if I see an opportunity. But usually when I make money, I don't want to trade anymore because what ends up happening is I'll lose that money. Let me just wait and see what happens if we do get to 4025. Um, See how things clear up from there. All right, I'll be back later. Oh, wait. I'm also going to put an alert to see if we break that 4 hour on VIX. Let me just do it here. I want to put an alert here if we get above. And an alert here if we get below. I have a feeling we're going to be chopping in this area for a bit. Okay. I wish I had sold at 51, man. Or better yet, I wish I got in at what, 33, right? 32. Oh my God, this is yesterday. I got in at 32. And when it pulled back, I think I remember it pulled back down to as low as 30. Up, there it is. We just started a new candle and it's above this SMA. So it's going to slowly push up to 52 after all. I should have been patient, I guess. Or, now that I think about it, I could have gone in with two options. I could have sold one at 51 or whatever and held on to the other one. Yep, there we go. And the thing that I hate, yes, I'm positive, yes, I made money, but I hate when I sell early. I need to figure out how to sell at the maximum level, to try and sell at the top, if at all possible, to make up for the losses. So if I had gotten in with two options at 32 or 31, I think it was 31 that I got in. No, it's 32. 32. If I could have gotten in at 31 for two options and then sold two of them at 52, then that would have been a $40 profit for the day. Which with my crappy little account is good. I'm still confused. We just started a new candle, yes. But the new candle we started is going up on the VIX. I don't understand. I know sometimes the VIX can go up as the market goes up and vice versa. And it's just odd. We're now very close to my daily here, but we're still 10 points away from 4025. But hell, it could reject at 4020, so I don't know, a slow day. But as of right now, I've broken my streak of losses. So let me celebrate that little win. So a quick update, I just got the alert. Um, VIX has finally reached down to its point below here. This would have been a good time to go in along, but I didn't. That would have been around 30 bucks, 35 bucks here. But I've been busy with work, and I'm like, I have one more call to make. And yeah, this would have been good. This would have been a good $30 play right here. And just like I said, just when we reached 4025, and there's the alert late as usual on Thinkorswim, just as we hit 4025 is when we hit our 4 hour here on VIX. So um, is it possible that we can we can push higher? I'm sure. Um, let's see if this pushes back down. I'm gonna actually create a sort of level in between here. And see if we push back down to this point. Let me get rid of, no, I'll keep that there for now. I'll put an alert here. If we can push back over to this level, maybe I should move this down just a little bit. See if this maybe can push back down here. I don't know if it will. I wish I had noticed this sort of central level here before. Or if I had not sold my position, and I hate second guessing myself, but it's good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it's good to analyze your performance and critique it for how you could have done better. But if I had held my position and added, because I think I got in at 32, if I added to my position here at 30, because I don't know if we ever got lower than where I bought in, which was at 10:03. So yeah, at 10:03, I don't think it ever got lower than that position. So if I had been ballsy and added to my position and waited for this to reach 4025 per Adam Mancini, the profit, and then sold both my positions at say 63, then that would have been a $60 profit for the day, which is good. It's not bad. I would gladly take that. But it looks like we're now pushing past 4025, so it looks like we're not going to pull back any bit. But just in case we do get some sort of a pullback, I'm also going to put an alert here. I don't know if it's going to pull back that much, but yeah, look, there we go. We've broken past that 4 hour now. We've gone above 4025, and we're just trucking along. That means we're past the daily on here, yep. So it looks like this is a day of this just buying back a loss from yesterday. So if you were doing futures, if you purchased one contract as a swing and then maybe added to it later on here, this would have been good. It's all right. Well, I have a missed call. What? Oh my God, dude. Someone just called a couple minutes ago and somehow it didn't go through. I hate this app, dude. Ring app is garbage. Okay, sorry. Actually, just as I stopped the video, Adam Mancini sent a tweet. Let's look at this. I'm sure he's going to say perfect technicals, da 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 da. We got to our 40. Perfect follow through in ES and just hit today's 4025 target. I posted this morning 4K, then 4025 were in play as long as 3985 held. And after testing 3985, we got the 40-point run to target. Yep, and here we are now at $81. So if I had held my original position, instead of making 10 bucks, I would have made 40 bucks. And this is what frustrates me is the days where I do make profit, I don't take enough of that profit. Um, Spot to cool off base here, then 4038, 4065 above. Bulls must hold 4K or we work down levels. So the only thing I can think of now is that maybe we can retest 4025 again, or maybe 4008, and then continue further up. I don't know. Or maybe the VIX can pull back to this spot here, and then we can progress further up. I don't know. There has to be some sort of a pullback now. But since I'm saying we need a pullback, we're not going to get a pullback. It's just going to continue rocketing up. I cannot believe I got in at $30 and this thing's now almost at $90. But this is what always happens. I get in, 90% of the times it will turn against me and I'll lose money. If it doesn't happen and I am actually in the profits, what'll happen is that I'll be in profits by a little bit and then it'll turn against me and I'm back in negative again. Or if it goes into profits and I sell early, it will then continue further higher. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this. If I had added to my position instead of selling initially and just waited for this to push its way up, if this makes its way to 103, 102, then that will be $70 per option. If I had bought two options, that would be 140 bucks. Man, I just don't know. What is odd though is as this thing is pushing up, the VIX is rejecting from that 4 hour. It's a very slight rejection. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see. One thing also though, and this is one of those times where I shouldn't say MK strategy wouldn't work yet. Let me wait and see. You know what? I'm here talking about, I think MK strategy, I don't know exactly if this would have worked, but nope, it wouldn't have worked because his strategy is you don't start trading until 10:30 and you look to your left and you form your demands and he does 5 minutes. I think this is a demand zone, but clearly this zone was never tested. I don't know if this could be considered a supply zone, and the only other demand zone that formed would have been this one, and this is right at 10:30, so I don't know if he would trade this one, to be honest. But let's see, 10:30 here at 30. Yeah, it's possible. Maybe he would have gone long there. I think he would have preferred to see a retest. But you know what? Let's see if this looks like something I could do. I can use on the 15. Kinda. Kind of. Okay, so we're going to put I haven't used one of these in a while. An intermediary zone. Look at it. I'm seeing it. It's just pushing up higher and higher. And the VIX is pushing up higher and higher. Interesting. Okay, anyways, gotta take care of some other stuff. Okay, this is one of those days where it's just back to back work, tasks, everything. I'm backed up, but I wanted to jump in here and point out that we peaked at, sorry, ironically, 137. So again, if I had gotten two options when I bought that $31, was whatever option it was I bought, if I bought two of them, um, hell, I had enough money where I could have bought three of them and just held up until Adam Mancini's 4025, maybe sold two of them there, and then let the rest go. And we just hold on, I don't know why I keep looking at the other screen. I can just show it here. We just touched at 4044, 4040, and we just touched the next hour I have here on VIX. So if I had gotten in when I did with three options and sold here, I could have made $300 today. That would have made up for the losses that I had before and then some. Or if I played it, but that's the extreme example. If I played it differently, if I played it a little bit safer and bought three options with a tight stop loss, sold one at first resistance, which was 4025, just been patient and waited and hoped that it would get there, as Adam Mancini said it would, or sold two at 4025. Um, then I forget what value we were when we hit 4025, but I think it was like $70 or $80, and then held the other one till 4040 and sold there. Then I would have made about $200. Today, right now, today, I could have made up for all of my losses for the past 2 weeks had I been patient and played it smarter. Opportunities like this don't come very often. Anyways, all right, I'm finally caught up with work, and I just wanted to mention one thing is fascinating. Even though I am probably the worst trader that has ever existed, um, my ability to create these lines are isn't bad. I mean, I found this hour, which is confluent with the 4040, which is confluent with my SPY price level here. Um, yeah, man. Of course, I learned to get better because of Adam Mancini. That's just a simple fact. Um, even I think even if someone as terrible as me, if I could maybe get him as a mentor and just have him just trade next to him, uh, I might get better. I might get a little bit better. But anyways, let's focus on what's going on here. So we are now back to where we were yesterday. We just came back down to 4025 to retest. I was hoping we will get to 50 at 4025, but it's not going to be that cheap. So I may have to switch to a 4, yeah. And the thing that worries me is that on VIX, even though we got above that level here, I need this to form a supply and to come down. But is it possible that we can take this long? I guess I'm not caught up. Okay, that's not my fault, but okay. Um, so yeah, could I take this long and see if we can push back up? I mean, we're retesting 4025. Bulls are holding it for now. I could take this long and then see if we can go back to 4040. And I don't know what Adam Mancini's ultimate goal was. Let me just double check. 4065. So 4040, then 4065. So it's a ballsy move. I'm taking this off. It's a ballsy move. See if we can get back down to, let's see, this is 37. Let's see if this retests and comes back down again and goes below 40. Then I'll try and get in. I should have gotten in here. I mean, if I got in at 40 when it dumped down and retested, I would already be up $15 in profit. What I'm hoping is that maybe we might flag here and maybe later on in the day we can push up higher. Maybe 30 minutes from now, an hour from now. But I don't know if this is gonna go down anymore, but I need to take care of this because someone looks upset. Okay, this task is gonna take me quite a while, but we did pull back again. We are now at 40. I'm debating about taking it long, but unfortunately VIX, as you can see here, is sort of in the middle of nowhere. I guess this is could be a minor support, but I don't like it. I don't know. I just I don't know if I want to trade anymore today because I'm even though it's a measly, pathetically small profit, it's still profit. I don't want to risk losing what little profit I have by making another trade. Um, Clearly, I should have held much longer. That's a given. But I would rather see this go to 4010 or 4007 where we were having problems before, or see a strong bounce there, or maybe a flush below 4025 and then a recovery. I don't know. Preferably, I want to see a return of this level and a retest. So I might wait till this alerts and then maybe trade from there. Oh my God, hold on. Okay, I was wrong. I should have went long. Um, Even though VIX seemed to be in the middle of nowhere. If I had gotten in at 35 or somewhere here, or even if I had gotten in at 40, which is where I had my alert, I would already be up, right now $14, and I can probably hold until it goes back up to 4040 because it's probably bull flagging and then sell there. But you know what? There is a chance I might get another opportunity, so I'm going to create an alert below 35. We may be bull flagging because I do remember Adam Mancini saying that this is a good spot for us to base before we push higher to 4065. So it's possible I make another opportunity to come back in low here. In fact, I might even just put a buy in here at 34. Um, we'll see. And if I lose my 10, I'm probably gonna lose my 10 unfortunately, but I should have gotten in here and sold at 50, 50. But let me put this alert a little bit higher. I'll put it at 38. That might be too close though. I don't know. Man. When you're burping air, it's time to eat. I mean, literally the last time I ate was like 6 o'clock yesterday. That's the last time I had any food. I would think the only thing that this piece of trash girl didn't take, or not, I don't know, she stole a bunch of things from me. The only thing, what I'm trying to say, the only thing that belongs to her, that she didn't take with her, was some eggs and a pair of her pants. That's the only thing that she didn't end up taking. Oh my God, dude, it just keeps coming. All right. Okay, yeah, man, this is gonna take probably the rest of the day or more. Maybe I should go take a break and make my smoothie now. Okay, I had set an alert at 35, it hit. I didn't buy. I set it at 34, it hit. I didn't buy. I do believe, I may be wrong, that what's happening now is we're bull flagging. Per Adam Mancini's suggestion, that's what's going to be happening for a later push in the day. And I actually was going to put a buy limit at like 27, 29 because I have a feeling this is going to flush just below. I have a feeling this is going to flush just below 30 something. This might even go to 27 and then it'll correct. How far low it's going to go, I don't know. That's my concern. But if I'm wrong, and this dips lower than I think, this might even go to the daily and then recover. So yeah, I don't know. I keep telling myself I'll go in, and I wanted to go in here. Actually, it was here. And if I actually put an alert at 33. If I had, instead of put an alert, if I just put a buy limit, got in at 33, I could have sold at 53. The question is, at what point is it going to turn around? There it is, 27, 26. Here we go. I was hoping 25 would be the bottom, but I'm probably wrong. All my alerts are going off. My hope is that the Bulls can turn this around and push this back up to 4040 and turn this into a good 25, maybe $30 profit. And the problem is VIX is steadily rising, coming off of that support. For our support, I was hoping we can break this down. Now I can only hope that we reject from this SMA and we don't make it back here. But it isn't like that's gonna happen. Oh my god, dude, focus, you fool. Now you don't remember which one you did, do you? Of course you don't. Yep, now we're going even lower. Damn it. Wow. Well, rather than counting the bottom, it was like I just picked I just jumped in on the drop. All right, let me just walk away and finish doing my work and hope that this turns around in my favor. If it does, I want to be one of the first ones to where's 45? Oof, it's a long way away. Whatever. Let's just hope things turn around. Okay, this isn't looking good. Um, of course, I choose to go in when things fall apart. On the VIX, we've fallen past this midpoint here, and we're already about to go to where we started in the day on the VIX. Um, on this looks worse on ES. On ES, I was hoping we can hold this 4 hour support. We haven't. We've dropped. I was hoping we can at least hold this SMA. We haven't. We dropped. Um, and on SPY, we are still above the daily, but I was hoping we would have a strong bounce at the daily. And I set my stop loss just below the daily, which is going to cost me about half of the day's profits. But yeah, I know there's a chance that we might bounce at VWAP, but if we get to VWAP, I'll lose my entire profit, and I just would like to end the day in the green. Yep, there it goes. Oh man. Well, 12 trades, 11 losses, one positive. Just wow, man. But remember, this is how it normally works. I sold at 20. Let's see if it drops any lower, or let's see if 20 is the actual point where it starts to turn around. Watch, that's the point. We're at 21. We're at 22. There it is. How? How do I always predict when it's going to turn around with my stop loss? How? It shouldn't be this. It shouldn't be possible. But somehow I always manage it. 25. Remember, that's where I got in. Oh wait, was it 25 or was it? Yeah, 25. So I could have broken even and kept my profits. I don't know how to do any of these things. Ah, there we go. So I did it again. I did it again. Somehow, amazingly, somehow I can pick where it's going to turn around for my stop loss and then sell, and then it turns around. It's 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 just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. So we are having our rejection here on VIX. It's turning back around. On ES, I don't know. It seems completely random. Maybe we can consider this a resistance from before, and now it's coming back up. And on SPY, we just recovered the daily after just losing it, or I guess you can say we just bounced right above VWAP. Just annoying, man. Just annoying. I gotta come back and show you this. Look, what did I tell you? I sold exactly at the bottom. Now I would be $5 in profits. You can't make this stuff up, bro. You absolutely can't. We're rejecting off VIX. Um, yeah, I think I said earlier too that I wouldn't mind seeing a flush below the daily and then a quick recovery, and there we got it. I could have gotten at 20. Whatever, man. So I've only got 25 bucks in my account right now to trade, and this dipped down this one to almost 25, and I put a buy, and it didn't get in. It went down to I think as low as 20. Actually, when did this candle start? 2 minutes ago? Yeah, I think it went down to about 26. I don't know. I didn't get filled, and unfortunate. If I had this what is this strike 400? Yeah, that's unfortunate because if I had, you know what? I'm just gonna put 24. That's all I can get. Let's see if it dips back down again. I doubt it will. This is basically a 50-minute demand with a fake breakdown below the daily. This is perfect. The sad reality is if I had gotten in, I got in 25. If I had, instead of selling, bought another option and doubled down, um, well, yes, I would have turned, I would have made, it would have averaged from 25 to maybe like 23, 22. But if this can push up to maybe at least 40, then that would have been a good profit. Anyways, I don't know if it's gonna come down and fill me. If it does, it does. Whatever. If it does, hey, hey, that's it. We've lost all the profits. Here we go. Let's go ahead and sell. Good. So we're back to square one. Lost all our profits for the day. Here's what happened. I was only gone for a moment. This pushed to this level here and just turned the hell around big time. And now we've broken past this level. On ES, we've broken past the SMA again. And on SPY, we're back to the daily. So it's another negative day. That's 13 trades, 12 negative, 1 positive. Should never have traded again. Once I need to make a rule. Doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if I have $1 in profit. That's it. Walk away. Don't trade anymore. Because if the odds are like 99% against you every time you make a trade to make you lose and you actually made money, why even play the odds? Why? It makes no sense. In fact, I just realized something. If I was doing the MK strategy and doing my 15-minute strategy, you know what I should have done from the very get-go? I should have gone short. I should have gone short with in the money, what is it, 398? Or one point out of the money. So this started at 11:15 is when this formed. Let's move ourselves back to 11:15. Okay, we could have gotten a retest here at 60 and sold at this point here at 100, which is when this dipped below the daily. 40 bucks profit, not the same as this rise here, but hey, if you're doing MK strategy, then your focus is scalping, and there's a scalp. That's all this is about, is scalping. So anyways, another fuck day, another loss, done. I've had enough. That's my last video. Okay, as I'm surprisingly caught up now, I'm not gonna open Thinkorswim because I'm done. As you can see, it was my hope that we can bounce at 4025. We got a little bit of a bounce. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get in early enough to profit off that bounce. I tried to get in again and that failed and I sold. Um, we came back up again and rejected from here and it's just been dropping ever since. Meaning if I had done the MK strategy and looked at the most recent supplier demand that had been formed and trade based on that and waited for a confirmation, so a pullback close to that level, this candle or perhaps even this candle would have worked, and then taken this short. Just hold your stop loss somewhere here and boom. This would have been a better play than taking the long at 930 here. Because from here to here, you saw that was like almost $1,000 profit if you had bought what I bought at 10 options. But from here to here, probably a $2,000 option on, a profit on 10 options. And we got all the way down to 3977. Now, if I recall, Adam said and he did tweet. I should read his tweet. Well, hold on. Let me read the one before. Today, 3980 was core support to set up the rally with 402025 my targets in ES. We stretched to 4038. Next up, and now seeing the first dip of the day. This is an hour ago, by the way. 4,000 key, 398085 now supports. 3980 now well tested and lowest bulls want on this dip. That fails. We sell deeper to 3955. So 3980 looks like it's starting to fail. We could get one of those quick recoveries, but the next stop down is going to be 3955. So this supply formed, this retest, this was the play. It was not me trying to come back up again. In fact, in retrospect, I shouldn't even have taken that last trade because it goes against my rules. No demand was formed. No confluences were there. Nope, even on VIX, there were no confluences other than the daily, possible bounce at daily, and there was no even confirmation of a bounce on that daily and SPY, so that was a stupid trade. Alright, I'm late making my last video because I had work to do, but as you can see, let's look at ES. My trading view is a mess because I just haven't been keeping up with it, but we lost 3985. Once that was lost, we, according to Adam 3955 was up next, and like clockwork, as the prophet he is, we basically got to 3955. Right at 3955, we formed a 15-minute demand, which was then retested, false breakdown, and then we had this rally here up until close. Although, really, if you're trading options, you couldn't trade beyond this point anyways. You would, well, it looks like we did sneak up here right up at the end, so maybe if you could have sold here. So we got if you did the retest from 391 to 394, which is not bad. 3 or 4 point move on SPY is pretty good. So you could have taken this long. So yeah, if I followed the strategy that I've modified from MK strategy and utilized Adam Mancini's levels, I could have taken a short here at 4040 on ES to 3955 on ES, and then taken a long from 3955 here to 394 or 3995. So 4,000, 3995 to 4,000 will be the next level here. So it's pretty clear level to level. Unfortunately, I took my trade early in the morning and sold early, and then tried to go long here, not following my own rules about trading only clean supply and demands that are formed. And every clean supply and demand formed today, which there's only really, as far as a major supply, obviously there should only be two. If you do major, there's going to be two, a major supply and a major demand. But if I count even the minor supplies and demands, this looked like it could be a minor demand, but obviously when this minor supply formed, it overrided that one. This could be, but overridden. This is why I tend to look for a retest. So when this formed, this retested, dropped. This formed, this retested. Although this retest here is a pretty scary one. This might make you want to exit. But then if you didn't exit and held, then here you go. You've got your rally here. But you'll have to exit quickly here because it clearly dropped down. But whatever. Anyways, that's it. That's my last video.